Hello, hi, good evening. Nice to see so many people joining
Good evening.
from actually all around the world. So, my name is Katrin. I'm from the SWISSMAN organizing committee.
Good evening, and my name is Sampo.
We really have 107 athletes joining this virtual SWISSMAN from 24 countries all over the world. Here we have visualized the participants on a map. We see that most athletes will participate from Europe, but also some from North America, South America, Africa, and Asia Pacific. So now when we look a bit closer into the European participants, we see the big crowd in Switzerland. So we're gonna have a lot of Swissmen around the world. Then some more insights in who is participating. 77 athletes have registered for the pure version, and it's great to see that so many of you have now actually chosen the pure version, which means that 77 athletes will try and do the SWISSMAN just somewhere. I mean, some of them, of course, in Switzerland, but also there, maybe not on the original route. And then many others just somewhere around the world. And that's gonna be different, but also very nice for this year. Our spirit or our mission this year is instead of bringing our SWISSMAN family together in Switzerland, to take the SWISSMAN out to the world, to as many different places as possible, which I think is something we will be able to manage together. So as I said, after this short technical part where we show you again how you upload your measurements, we will have a closer look at a few personal SWISSMAN adventures from some of you now joining this briefing from different places around the world. So one will be on the original course, one will be in the desert of Dubai, one in the jungle of Brazil, and one in the fjords of Norway. And then before we finish this evening, we will have a little surprise for you.
So to quickly repeat the basic rules, the virtual SWISSMAN includes the swim 3.8 kilometers. It includes the 180-kilometer bike ride with an elevation gain of 3,770 meters, and the run 42 kilometers with almost 2,000 meters of elevation. You have time to complete the virtual SWISSMAN from tomorrow, June 25th, until July the 18th. Missing altitude can be compensated by adding distance. So on the bike, you will need to cycle for another 1.5 kilometers to gain 100 meters of altitude. And on the run, it's 750 meters for an additional 100 meters of elevation. So you log into your profile. You then click on My Results. And here you see the 3 activities that you have to upload, each one. So let's say we want to upload our bike activity. We go to our Strava platform or whatever platform you're on. So here you add your time. And then there you just copy and paste the link from your activity and save, and that's it, done.
As of today, we know about 2 women who have done a personal SWISSMAN challenge before. So the same as you will all do in the next 3 weeks. And one of them is Flora. Flora is very well known to all of us, as she has already participated in the SWISSMAN several times before. And last year, when we had to postpone the SWISSMAN, unfortunately, due to COVID, and were not able to host the event, she decided that she would still complete her own private SWISSMAN. So we welcome Flora. Now, Flora, yeah, you are already unmuted. Welcome. Can you say something?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Okay, we
Excellent.
can hear you. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
So, Flora, what was your motivation to do the SWISSMAN personal challenge last year?
Well, I think it was just because the spirit of X-Try is so much, you find a way to keep going and you don't let any circumstances hold you back if they don't have to. And that for me was exactly the reason that I had to do it, that I didn't want to let the Corona situation and that influence on the race hold me back from doing the course that I love. And so luckily I live in Switzerland and the course is there and it was possible to do it. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do it. And it was a long day and a very different experience to race day. But now I know, circumstances don't decide how far I go, I decide. And that was the reason for it.
Cool, really cool. I don't know actually how many know of the fact that you did that last year. So it's nice to share it now. And, maybe people here may also get some nice tips from you then later on.
Absolutely, yes. And you can also always contact me if you have any questions or anything like that. That's I'm always open for that.
Yeah. So, but for you doing it all on your own, what was your biggest challenge during the day or related to it? What was not a challenge? Is that a better question?
I guess the two main challenges were, first of all, that I'm not very good at navigation. And even though I've done the race officially 3 times before, I just got lost a couple of times. Yeah.
Really? It's so easy.
No, on the run. Oh, the run.
Okay, yeah, so I can understand that. Yeah.
But not only on all the paths on the Eiger, but in Iseltwald, we were just running through some fields.
Yeah.
So there was that. So I think we added a few kilometers here and there. Also with the swim, with no big light, we had a little torch. Couldn't see it very well.
Yeah.
So that was definitely one challenge. But the other, and maybe something that's relevant for everyone who is doing this in some solo form, is that mentally it's really different when you don't have other athletes around you, when you don't have the race spirit going. It is harder. You don't have that race day energy pushing you forward. And it's only in a situation like that when you realize how real that is and how much it helps you. And when it's gone, you really have to dig deeper to find your reason for staying on the course and pushing forward for a long distance.
Yeah, I can imagine that. That's why we thought we would not offer it first, but so let's see in 3 weeks.
Exactly.
What the others experienced.
Yeah, and but I think
we really
amazing.
hope you all gonna share your stories with us. It would be we would be very happy to hear how you're all doing, or what you experience and what your experiences were. It would be really nice. Also for us, because we will also be missing you. Was there anything that was better, nicer? Because you said it was just really tough compared to the other SWISSMAN experiences.
Not really. No, so during it was tougher. And obviously I had my crew with me and they kind of bring the energy and the spirit. But even then, it's one of the really cool parts of X-Try is that you have everyone's crew moving along with you the whole day. And that was also gone. And I remember the only point of the day when I felt a little better was when I was on the Forca Pass and there were other cyclists. And I could finally be like, okay, I can try and catch them. And that was when I came alive again. But at the end of the day, it is a really great and nice experience because once you've done that, you can do anything. there is no race that will be as tough as doing that on your own. So even if it's really tricky on the day, we do XTRI, that's what we're here for. And once you've finished it, this achievement that not many other people in the world will ever have. And that's a really nice thing to take with you.
The big reward.
Yes.
So what are your tips and recommendations to all the other athletes during now the virtual SWISSMAN, the pure version?
I think first of all, just knowing already that it is a different situation when you're not in this kind of race environment. So be patient with yourself. Take the time that you need. You're going to go through low patches when the motivation isn't there. You'll go through good patches as well. The key with any XTRI is finding a way to keep moving forward. And that doesn't mean that you won't maybe take a break to grab a drink if you're doing it outside somewhere with a crew, or if you have to get off your turbo, if you're doing it on Zwift, to go to the bathroom. That's part of it. You find a way to keep moving forward. And I think my other key tip would be that when it gets tough and you ask yourself, why am I doing this? I can promise you that on Saturday, I'm going to be there asking myself exactly the same thing on the beginning of the Temola. And I will know I'm doing it because that guy's doing it, and that guy's doing it, and that guy's doing it. And I know that you are, and I can't let you down. And we're all in this together. And I think that's something that you can really take a lot of energy from, that there's a crazy person somewhere in the world who's committed to doing this thing. Despite Corona, we're going to find a way to finish it. And I'm in it because you're in it, and I'll be thinking of you. So don't let me down.
Cool, nice words. Thanks a lot, Flora, for sharing your story. The next story we would like to share with you is the one of Michelle from Dubai. She reached out to us a few weeks ago and asked for an exception to do the virtual challenge a bit earlier, with very good arguments, actually. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi.
So, Michelle, you want to tell us your story?
About my race? Yeah.
Yes.
So I asked to do it a little bit earlier because I'm living here in Dubai, and obviously it's about 50 degrees right now. So I wanted to do it a little bit earlier. So I did the swim. Obviously, I did that on the day before. So I did the swim on a Thursday evening, which was fine. I had to do it in a community pool outside. So there was, as you can see, well, you can't really see in the photos, but there was lots and lots of people. So it was a little navigation, but I had a little cheer squad when I came out from people just watching me swimming up and down in this pool for like an hour. And they were like, wow, that's amazing. What are you doing? Then the next day, so on the Friday, I went out at 4 p.m. in the afternoon to do the bike. I did 230 kilometers because we have no elevation here. And I could go to the closest mountain, but it's about 2 hours away. So it didn't feel really ideal. And it's not the greatest place to go cycle in the evening or night when there's lots of cars driving, because it's not very safe on the roads here. So I was cycling loops in the desert. It was actually a bit hotter than 38 degrees. It was 45 degrees when I started at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And then I finished at about 1 a.m. and it was 34 degrees. So that was very, very hot. And as Flora was saying, when you're doing it alone, I mean, obviously I had my partner with me for some of the ride. It's very different, you know, because it's like, it feels like you're on a training ride. It doesn't feel like you're doing a race because there's no one there. There's literally, I was out for almost like 8 hours and I saw 3 other people, and that was at about 7 or 8 in the evening, and then I didn't see anyone. It was just like pitch black in the desert. There was gazelles and oryx, and there was just trying to like focus on this little bike light in front of me and not run into like an animal. And then I finished the bike and I wanted to do the run because I really wanted to do it in one go, but because it was 33, 34 degrees still at like 1:30 in the morning, and it was about 85% humidity, I decided that it was not a good idea to do the run that night. So I thought, okay, I did a 7K run, and then I thought, okay, let's not do it today because I'm going to finish the run in like sunshine. So I was like, that's not good. So I waited a couple of days, and then I did the run. So I started the run at 11 p.m. So also running throughout the night. It was very, very hot, even though I started earlier, and I thought, okay, right, I'm gonna avoid the heat now. It did not avoid the heat. So it was a very hard and hot run. The first, like the half marathon was fine. The marathon was fine. And then once I'd done the marathon and I had a little bit left because I had to do 55K because obviously we had no elevation for the run as well. It got really hot and sunny, and I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to burn to death, but it was nice to have it done. And it really, like, it's a mental game. I really wish I could have done it in Switzerland. I really wanted to do it on the original course, but hopefully next year.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, I mean, congratulations to this big achievement and strong mind.
Thank you.
And yeah, very, very great story, and for
Thank you.
sure unique. I don't think anybody at your place is as crazy to do the same. So
Oh, no. I mean, everyone here was just questioning. They're like, you doing what? I was like, well, I'm doing the 230K bike. And they're like, but why are you running after? Why are you biking so long? It's so hot. And I was like, yeah, I know, but you know, I get a t-shirt. It's very important for me, okay? And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, but if I do it in
really
one go.
proud, you know, that our t-shirts are so valuable to really
Well, exactly. I was like, I want
bring
that
these
t-shirt.
powers out of people. That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, but
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you for allowing me to share it. And good luck to everyone doing it now in the next 3 weeks.
So from the hot desert, we move on and change to the fjords of Norway. Also, he is a very well-known character in the X-Tri family.
Great to see you guys. I
Nice
wish
to
I
see you
was
too.
in Switzerland listening to the race briefing around about this moment and having all the butterflies about the race coming up tomorrow. But great that you are putting this possibility on for us to do the virtual edition. I originally were planning to do the Norseman course this weekend. Unfortunately, my support person, his wife, came down with COVID, so I had to do something else. And luckily, we have a few other good courses that we can play with in my area. So I will do this completely solo, no support crew whatsoever throughout the day. So my plan is actually doing this on Monday. So Sunday morning, I'm doing the swim. Then I'm taking my bike into the Lysefjord, which is this area. And here, as you see on the left-hand side, that's the famous Lysebotn climb. I know a few people on this call that have done it. First 7K gives you 1100 height meters or so, or to the top, which is 15K. So I have to add an additional loop on the other side. So by the first 40K, I will have done 1500 height meters. And if I still can survive, I will continue down the valley and end up at the sea. So this is something I'm looking forward to. Also doing it solo without a support crew means that I have to make some adjustments and plans on where to get energy and nutrition on the way. So I had adopted the course slightly to make sure that I can feed myself at a few gas stations and small local shops and so forth throughout the day. The only issue I have with the rules you have is actually on the run, because the run course that I have lined out is pretty much like a beach. So unfortunately, we are not getting any gains from the terrain and not any height meters. So I will have to do, I calculated 54.1 K to complete the run completely, to add up for the added elevation or missing elevation. So it will be roughly 12 K of beach running, some single track trails, and then the last aid station will be my home, where I probably will change shoes, and then I'll do a small loop around the house where I live, where there's a lake, to finish up with 54 K. And frankly, this will be the first ultra run I ever done. I've done several X-Tris. I've been 6 times at the Kelpman. I was planning on doing Kelpman, SWISSMAN, Norseman, and Icon this year. As it looks, it will be the virtual SWISSMAN, Norseman, and maybe Icon if I still up for it. Because in the beginning of the year, I was diagnosed with arthritis, so I was not able to train. I was wearing crutches in January. So I actually started picking up training again from mid-February and March onwards. After that, I've been training quite steady. So I'm up for the challenge and very much looking forward to this. In addition, one of the partners of the SWISSMAN family, a company called Race Tracker, need to test some new gear to be able to support. So we actually, on Monday, there will be a live tracker on my Facebook page, so you can actually see where I'm at throughout the day. So I hope some of you would like to follow that one and give me at least some encouragement on the way.
Cool. Yeah, of course.
Great. So very exciting, very adventurous, also to do it on your own. Lots of luck for your project and your big challenge. And I hope the weather will be nice in Norway on Monday.
Luckily, it's a little bit wind, but not too much. So that's part of the challenge with especially this bike course, is if you get the headwind after all the climbs, it will be like going up a hill on the flats even. But luckily the forecast looks okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, cool. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
And survive.
Thank you, Thor.
Thank you very much.
Now we move on to the jungle of Brazil, where 6 Brazilians are completing their virtual SWISSMAN this year, their SWISSMAN adventure together. It's Lucas and his team and his athletes from the Caja team.
Boa tarde, pessoal. Sejam bem-vindos ao briefing de SWISSMAN Virtual 2021. Sou o Lucas Benjamin, treinador e atleta da Caja Multisport. Faremos nosso desafio virtual aqui no Brasil, na região de São Paulo, sendo que a natação será dia 9 de julho na represa Billings e o ciclismo e a corrida faremos em Campos do Jordão, na região de São Paulo também, totalizando 183 quilômetros com aproximadamente 4.000 metros de ganho no ciclismo e na corrida 46 quilômetros e meio, totalizando 1.700 metros em ganho de elevação. Desejo a todos um ótimo briefing, um ótimo desafio virtual, se mantenham seguros e espero que tudo caminhe para que nos encontremos em 2022 na Suíça para concretizar tudo que construímos durante essa pandemia. Um grande abraço e até lá.
So for the closure of this virtual briefing, we have Hans Martin, he's member of the organizing committee.
And a finisher.
And SWISSMAN finisher, SWISSMAN supporter, and before member of the organizing committee, also volunteer. He is right now, actually he planned to be at Kleine Scheidegg today, but it was not possible due to the thunderstorms, the heavy thunderstorms we have at the moment in Switzerland. So Hans-Martin, show us, where are you?
Yeah, I'm out on the running course. And at this point, if you are here, it's only 39 kilometers to Kleine Scheidegg. And you see me, or do
Yeah,
you see me? Or
we see you.
okay, then I turn the camera. So it's a running course, and it's on the way to the Griesbach waterfalls. One big refreshing point. And today it's water from all sides. The dust from the waterfall, from the heaven, everything is covered with water. And the funniest thing on this waterfall, the running course goes behind.
Okay.
So, everyone, keep on going.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was great, and it's really awesome how much water it had. It was really, you know, everybody who is Swiss knows how the weather was during the last week. That's a summary of it. So at this point, we thank all of you for joining us today. We were, I think, around 65, 70 people in this meeting now. And yeah, as I said before, share your experience with you, tell us your stories, send pictures, send videos. We will also be happy to repost any posts or to post whatever you send us, just to keep the SWISSMAN spirit and share it with all of you, because I guess that's what we all gonna miss most this year again. So we're gonna do our best to create it at least a bit for all of you. So thanks for joining. Good luck to everyone, and have a really nice evening and a great, great virtual SWISSMAN for yourself.
Thank you all. And we will stay here for a little bit longer for the ones who have questions. We see there are some questions coming in the chat, and we will answer them now.
And the rest of you, bye. All the best.
Bye. All the best.